Again, y'all, this is the beginning of what is going to turn into something great. Planet Reality. Matter of fact, might as well do a real introduction because I made a couple videos going live. I posted over 100 videos of just stuff I've been already talking about. But let's explain what Planet Reality is. All right. Now, in this world, all we have is the real things and the fake things, good and bad, basically, negative and positive, God and evil. Now, Planet Reality is based on the fact that most people don't live in the real world, but we do live in the real world, if you get what I'm saying. So we here, but we not here because we here. You get what I'm saying? And Planet Reality, we pretty much just call out bullshit all day. That's all we do is talk about all the fake shit and explain who God really is, who the devil really is, who we really are, what our purpose is, and why we not on that track and stuff like that. But yeah, so I actually want to basically just do that little introduction to Planet Reality. Every time you see a video, matter of fact, anytime anything is happening in the world, I'm gonna make sure I post a video about it, and I'm gonna let you know if it's bullshit or not, because it's easy to tell. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is, Planet Reality. And that's why when you look at the logo, it's kind of like how when you on the internet or something and the shit not working for nothing, and the only thing to do is like hit the refresh button and then it work. That's pretty much what it is. You got to clean all of this shit up. You got to make the world better. That's pretty much what Planet Reality is about, if y'all wanted to get a little understanding. But I wanted to talk about the sleepwalkers more because I didn't do that before. I mentioned them briefly, but the sleepwalkers is really people, picture like Kanye West or maybe even a Charleston White. People who you might hear them say some shit like, damn, they know what they talking about, right? But then next thing you know, they wake up and then say some stupid shit. And that's what I mean by sleepwalkers. Like, you would think they woke, but then you realize they all over the place. So it's a difference between actually being woke and then sleepwalking. Because you can be up sleepwalking and then looking like you know what you're doing, but then it's that one thing you do that make you realize, like, oh yeah, this motherfucker ain't really all the way up. He all over the place, in other words. And that's that's like Kanye West, like Charleston White, people who basically hypocritical. But it's also, the sleepwalkers is also people, like I said before, they don't pray. They don't really pray. They just make shit happen. So if you wanted an example of like sleepwalker versus sheep, picture like slave masters versus slave. That's pretty much what it is. They use their free will to enslave people, and then they convince those people to pray about it. And it's what sheep is. It's about living in your mind, making a difference from your mind instead of like actually living in the real world where you can be capable of doing whatever. See what I'm saying? It's all a trick though. Like, you got arms, you got legs, you got fingers, and you got the mind to make shit happen. But they convince you just, pray about it. And then when you realize the stuff that people praying about, God didn't create. So God ain't gonna ever give you that favor. God don't even save their life, the innocent life that needs saving. So the fact that people think their prayer is gonna work is crazy to me. And then especially when it's like, all right, if God had to say it itself, it'd be like, I created the earth and the life on it, and we don't even value that shit, but you want more. You want me to bless you with the material shit that you created, that you decide was more valuable than what I created. It's just stupid to me. So I just understand, with all of the evil that's happening, I just seen a story. Damn, I fucked up. That shit hurt bad. I just seen a story about this little girl. Oh yeah, I'm 33, man. But I just seen this story about this couple, and I think they getting charged. They just determined that their baby was found. The baby was decapitated, I think. I don't know how that happened, but they ruled it a homicide though. But that's the point that I'm making. Like, this world that we live in is crazy, man. And most of the people are religious. They think they believe in God, but they really just lost and confused. Nobody knows why people act the way they do, but I'm telling y'all now, I got the answers. There's people out here like me too. I don't know if they really share their information. Maybe they don't have the courage to. I don't know. But honestly, The last person who I know for a fact that think like how I think was where I learned what I learned from is Dick Gregory. If y'all want to take the time, go to YouTube, which we on here already. Whenever you got time, go to YouTube, type in Dick Gregory wisdom. Matter of fact, anything Dick Gregory, listen to all of it. Now, the thing is, it ain't no guarantee that it's gonna open your mind the way it's supposed to. Because I remember I watched one of the interviews, the same interview that changed everything for me. I remember I watched it one time before, and that shit just went through one ear, not the other. But it wasn't like I wasn't interested. It sounded real, but like I just, it just is what it is. You can't force nobody to see how, how it really is. See the truth for what it really is. But I'm telling you, I've been doing this for the past however many years. Once my mind was open to that shit, every single thing that I hear, I can tell when it's bullshit. Including religion, including everything that they teach us about. I know what's real and what's not, especially because life is simple. When you realize who God really is, it wanted life to be simple for us. He just made it complicated. Yeah. See, I knew about him, but then when I was really watching all the interviews, I didn't know he died at that point. But when I tell you, man, that's what really changed everything. And I believe I believe I'm even taking it a step further. But Dick Gregory, let me see, Dr. Sebi maybe. But you got to think about it. It's different things that people contribute. So like Dr. Sebi, he was studying food and shit. If you really think about it, that's one thing that I want to be able to get into. I do got a good diet, so I ain't worried about that part, but I want to be able to study natural medicine. I want to be able to learn that shit. Because I feel like, and then in reality, the good thing is, most of the time, when you eating good, you don't really get sick. Man, I can't remember the last time I've been sick. The last time I was sick was COVID. And I actually got COVID, but that shit was so weak that when I got the test, I was already at school. I was already at work. I mean, I didn't know that I had it because by the time I got the test, I was already good. And it only lasted like 2 days, 3 days maybe. And you know how they were saying that shit lasts for 2 weeks, for some people longer. Losing they taste and they smell and all type of shit. Mine was just like a regular cold. You know how you be sick for a few days? That's how my shit was. Like I got over that real fast. But that was the beginning of me eating better too. So like now, I can't remember the last time I was sick. My nose, I probably had the sniffles probably for just like one morning. And that shit was gone within a couple hours. But that's what happened though. And I think honestly, because every once in a while, I ain't gonna lie, every so often, I might have something with cheese. I might have like a Alfredo pizza, maybe some Doritos. But because I stopped eating meat though, that shit, I feel like that really changed everything. I haven't got sick since I stopped eating that shit. Really haven't got sick since I've been eating. Haven't not ate that shit. And I feel like also overeating, I lost weight. I work out. I'm always active pretty much. Like even if it's not like in a gym type shit, I'm always like moving and shit. So I'm trying to tell y'all, man, when you really know the truth, everything changes. When I say everything, I'm talking about everything. I don't drink, I don't eat as much as bad food as I used to eat. It's crazy, man. For real, drink a lot of water. But when you get older too, I'm telling y'all, man, especially black people, when you get older, right now I know somebody that they got had to get his leg cut off, and they trying to do the other one too. And I'm just like, damn, we do this. If you think about all the get-togethers black people have, they got all the drinks in the world, everything but water. It's fucking us up out here. But yeah, man. The woke versus the sleepwalking versus the sheep. We in the matrix for real, man. And everybody want to make it out. Because they know it's like, what do we want to make it out? Let's talk about it. They say crabs in a barrel. Crabs in a bucket. Whatever you want to call it. I've never seen a bucket full of crabs. I also don't eat crabs. Never had one in my life. But, I don't know. I just feel like they really refer to us. When they say crabs in a barrel, they talking about humans. Who else clawing? We the ones that's clawing our way to get to the top. And don't we say, I'm trying to make it to the top, I'm trying to make it out? And that's what I was saying yesterday, to, you know, go even further on it, to add more to it. We trying to make it out of the matrix. We know we in this shit, in a system that we don't have no choice but to be in. And the consequences ain't how it used to be. For the slaves, you know, they getting lashes and shit, they getting whippings, getting hung and killed and shit. But now, or unalive, I'm sorry, YouTube, please don't ban me for that. But now, though, the consequences is just being homeless, being hungry. You gotta beg for food. People resent you, stuff like that. Nobody want to be around you. They made it different now. Now it's like us being slaves is based on consumerism now. Not only are we paying to live, but the consumerism is crazy, right? I was gonna post about it. Matter of fact, I did post about it on my TikTok. You really have to go through another human in order to survive, which is fucking crazy. From Louisiana, where, yeah, it's all that food, man. But yeah, it's illegal to survive without working for another human. Ain't that crazy? And what I mean by that is this: the only thing we need to survive is food, water, and shelter. But it's illegal to filter rainwater. So the water you gotta pay for. And then, as far as shelter, you can't just go somewhere and just start living there. You can't go somewhere and just start building without going through the government and spending money. And even when you buy the house, you pay for the rest of your life, which is a scam. This shit is a scam, because God don't charge us, and we paying who? Who collects this money? For real, what do they do with it? We don't ask enough questions, just go with the flow, because we brainwashed and shit. But then the food, even when you buy this land, you can't grow a garden too big on everything. I just seen a video recently where the police showed up to the people's neighborhood garden and start burning that shit down, start ripping plants out the ground. You see how it worked for real? The authorities send them to go do it. But you know what's crazy? Those people are brainwashed too. Police brainwashed too. Because guess what? They can't grow a garden either. Let them try to go one. Guess what's gonna happen? Some more other cops gonna show up to their shit. That's how you know it's all a scam. But I couldn't believe that. I'm just thinking in my head, like, man, like I posted a video the other day. I was eating an apple. And you know the apple seeds is nasty. When you bite them, like tangy and shit, you can actually die from that too, which is crazy. That's a different fact for later. But I'm looking at the apple and I'm like, wow, like this is why we not growing. This is why we not running out of food right here, because God made everything that we need to eat and we supposed to eat. It has seeds to, to regrow. But guys, that we really out here working as if Walmart or Target or whatever we work for is the reason we were not running out of food. We not really we going to work every day. I'm driving from work right now, but I still work for myself. I got 3 jobs altogether. 2 of them is for me, 1 of them is for somebody else to survive. Obviously, you know how I go. But this shit ain't gonna last too long. I guarantee this is the last year I'm gonna be working for somebody. This is the last job I'm ever applying for ever in my life. And I know that for a fact, just by how shit is going and how I'm making shit happen. But either way, I was thinking about, like, man, what we going to work, we spending all this time away from our family, our friends, our partner, for what? To work for food, the shit that grows in the ground. And why do they have charge of it? See what I'm saying? Why is all of the food being sheltered? And why, if you think about all of the homeless people out here in the world, in fact, all of the food, it keep growing. We don't run out. Why don't they plant fruit trees and vegetables everywhere? Well, that's because they want you to fucking act like, oh, it's a food shortage. We running check to check, living check to check. And we literally, think about this. When a lion go to leave his family unprotected, or any other species, they coming back with something. See what I'm saying? But guess what happened with us? We leave every day for like 8 hours a day, probably longer. And we come back with nothing until 2 weeks later. Now imagine how dumb we gotta be for that to happen. Because what we really doing is trying to survive, right? That's why we working. You're not leaving your family unprotected to go get fruits and vegetables and water. What you gonna get? You going to work for somebody else, another human that decided he was gonna start a company and try to make more money. Ain't that interesting how it worked though? We working for other humans, and we act like it's because we not running out of it's because we working for them that we not running out of food and shit. I think that's crazy as hell, because that lets you know all of the fruit trees, all of the apples, the oranges, bananas, everything you can think of is it's in captivity basically by somebody. Like I posted the other day, I just tasted some water that tastes like it came from the heavens, but God name wasn't on that motherfucker. That shit says Zephyr Hills. That's crazy. That's the best water. But I'm like, they got natural water springs where they get that from. But why? How do you get to own it though? See what I'm saying? Todd Sweet. You got the name Sweet though. You funny as hell with your goofy ass out of here. You're not gonna get me banned on YouTube today. Dude, funny as dude. You funny as hell. Todd Sweet. Can you block motherfuckers in here? I need a moderator. Let me move this goofy. People be coming in here projecting the shit. He hoping he right so he can have a chance. Nigga named Sweet. Talking shit though. Stupid ass. But yeah, like I was saying though, man, we out here working for people. This shit don't make sense, man, because God is not charging us. We the only species that pay. I was thinking about that, man. I be seeing the cats outside every day. They be running through the trash or doing whatever they gotta do to survive, but I'm looking at us. They will never be able to work. Like they just said they'd never do it, man. Yeah. I don't know if I removed that motherfucker. Stupid ass. That's the thing. Like people just be saying weird shit. I don't know. I guess I just be thinking from my own perspective. Like I don't look at people and just be thinking random shit like that, you know? Maybe that was a kid though. I don't know. Shit. Who knows? It's funny as hell though. I'm on my way home to my girl right now, shit. But you gotta think about this though. Since he just said that, let's talk about this, because there's people out there who really like that though. So it's like when you think, I don't know why people are still surprised that gay people exist, but it's like you can never tell somebody something about themselves that they don't already know. So it's just fucking dumb, right? At the end of the day, people gonna go home to whatever they like, no matter how embarrassed they are about it. But luckily for me, shit, I'm not embarrassed about the fact that I'm straight. I'm going home to a girl. I got kids at home, which is really just animals. I call them kids. But yeah, that's because I take care of them motherfuckers, pick up they dookie and shit. Basically kids. Cleaning up after their ass, cleaning up, peeing, all that shit. But yeah, man. Animals, though, they convinced us to be their slaves, for real. We think we the owners, but they really the owners, because we pick up their dookie and clean up after them and feed them and shit, like, basically. And it's not necessary. We be feeling bad. Oh, the dog is outside, it's alone. Now, I understand if it was growing up, if the dog grew up by itself, you know, that's different than if they left it outside and it was used to, you know, being fed and all that shit. Because, yeah, I can see how to fuck up everything. But for the most part, man, you got to try to convince yourself. You got to learn not to have that, like, that slave master mentality where you think you feeling bad for somebody. Oh, I got to adopt this. Let me do this. Hell no, you don't need to be fucking with shit. Especially if you're not going to let it live the way God wanted it to live. Like I told y'all before, in my other TikTok live, I seen this man with a bird. It was an exotic bird, but it was in a cage. And it wasn't even a big cage. And I'm thinking, like, this bird can fucking fly. Why is it in a cage? See what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with people, man? If you going to have a dog, don't have it on the leash unless you taking it on a walk, and, you know, because they might attack people or whatever. But your dog shouldn't have a cage. Your dog shouldn't be chained up inside of the house or out in the back of the house. But that's what people do though. Think about that shit. That's why I don't go to zoos, man. I don't go to zoos even though, like, I would love to see the animals and stuff. I'm too real. Like I said, I don't eat the animals. I just can't do it. I'm not finna go pay money to see animals basically in jail. Oh my God, look at the lion. Like, look at the life it's living in cage. Like, that, it's stupid. Especially when you black and you think about the shit our ancestors went through. It ain't no way you can just do that shit or be like that without thinking about it. Which then again, you can, which is why, you know, this whole woke versus sleepwalking versus sheep thing is really a big deal, because most people can live in the world that we live in and just get over it because we brainwashed. This is what they mean by the sheep, you know. You know, have y'all ever seen TV shows or movies, or even on a video game? Y'all play Red Dead Redemption. You got a herd sheep, and basically, what you can tell a big ass group of sheep where to go. Just, you know what I'm saying, real easy, and they gonna follow you blindly. And that's pretty much what they mean when they call us sheep. We don't have to read the rules or nothing. Matter of fact, we read the rules to tell us what to do, but like, we don't question nothing. People don't use their brain. This is why they say you gotta think for yourself. But even thinking for yourself, you'll be all over the place. Like Kanye West say all the time, I'm a free thinker. He a free thinker, right? But at the same time, you be saying the most outrageous shit. You contradict everything that you know, everything that's make you sound like a genius. Same thing with Charleston White, and that's why I used to like support Charleston White. But then once I realized all the shit he say I know you ain't saying it for clout. Like, think about this. Like I said, I've been doing this for how many years? Almost 6. Almost 6. It took a while, but I got like almost 40,000 followers now. I just had 20. How shit can happen, and I ended some motherfuckers or are getting paid positive, calling a monetization, whatever, for a whole year. And then when I finally was able to get it again, January 1st this year, they banned me again. Oh, you can come back February. So February come, now I'm changing everything up. Now I start seeing that I'm getting paid. Like, damn, okay. So when you get a video that go to 4 million, yeah, that means something, boy. I'm telling you. But at the same time, it don't mean nothing at the same time, which is crazy, because I'm not really thinking about the money aspect of it. I'm trying to really make this into a platform, but it's so many things that I'm trying to do. It's everybody in the world that deserve to live a better life. And I feel like what we do when we make it is we just think about ourselves. And I ain't saying you be like me, but that's why I'm glad that I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm glad I'm gonna put myself in a position where I can help people, because I understand what everybody up against. If you had the information, why wouldn't you want to help somebody unless you're afraid of them being better than you? Who don't want somebody to be better than them? You see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of haters, a bunch of gatekeepers. Think about all the successful people in the world. How come they not telling? Well, some of them do tell us, but how come a lot of people not giving nobody opportunities? If you knew how many celebrities I met and how good my music was, I would have been signed. Matter of fact, I had record deal offers before. I talked to many celebrities before, and all of that shit. I still got the receipts from it, but it just show you like how everything worked. These people be grimy behind closed doors. You think that because they famous and they rich that they different, but in reality, a lot of them got bad intentions. A lot of them don't want to help you unless they can completely take advantage or manipulate you, and that shit is not happening. So once I started making stuff happen myself, I remember I first started promoting my music. I gained 14,000 followers in like 2 weeks. No, not 2 weeks, I'm lying. Like 2 months. And in that time, I had messages from celebrities. I had record deal offers. And I remember these people down south was like, yeah, we want you to come and audition for us. You know how them rappers be on a table and shit dancing for these motherfuckers? I was so mad at that, because I had finally made shit happen for myself, and I got the formula now. You just gotta market yourself. No matter what you're doing in the world, you're gonna make it eventually if you're willing to put your money and your extra time into that shit. You gotta take that serious. And I proved that shit myself, starting when I was 13, and then nothing happened till I was damn near 30, 31. But for the first time, 14,000 people following me all around the world. Everybody messaging me. I'm getting hundreds of thousands of views and shit. I'm like, that's crazy. Now, I did get hacked, but I did care, but I didn't, because I got the formula now. You got to put your extra time and money and invest in yourself. And that shit worked. Once you ready and you good enough, that shit worked for real. But I remember the label was like, yeah, we want you to come and audition. And I was so mad, because I'd have got this far but without you motherfuckers. When I needed y'all help, when I talked to y'all multiple times, nobody wanted to do shit. But now y'all want to jump in because y'all see that shit can be something. You see the people responding to it. And I'm like, nah, how about y'all audition for me? What the hell? I'm confident already. I got the, I feel like I already made it. Because once you got the formula, and once you see like, oh, it was never my music, I was always good enough. People just don't know who I am in a world full of billions of people that do the same shit. It's billions of artists, I'm sure. It's a lot of rappers, but if you spend money and you good, if you good and you spend money, I promise you it's gonna work out. I already proved that shit. And even if you don't spend money, my TikTok, I gained how many followers? Almost 40,000, like I said. And if you look at the views that I got combined, it's definitely over 10 million, for real. Cause I hashtag my name. I start hashtagging my name like a year after I got on TikTok. And the last time I checked it, that shit was at like 5 million, and that was months ago. This video I just got is 4.1 million plus all the other stuff. So really think about it. You really can make stuff happen if you put yourself out there. I did it in 2 different careers. That's why I say I got 3 different jobs. 2 of them is for myself. 1 of them is for somebody else. And that's the last time I'm ever work for anybody. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. This one job I do have is what I'm doing now. I got the TikTok, the YouTube, and the Instagram. Planet Reality is gonna be something real. It's pretty much our podcast, but something realer, because we're gonna do stuff outside of that to actually help make the world better on top of that. But like I said, I've been doing this for how many years? And like finally this job is starting to pay. Matter of fact, this job has just officially paid me more than any job I ever worked for in my life. And I'm talking about the job I work for now paid decent money, but I made more in one video than I did in fucking 3 weeks working. So that lets you know, I got 3 different careers going on, but one of them is for somebody else. I'm not gonna do that shit, obviously, but this is the plan. This is what I'm trying to let people know, because this is the kind of stuff I'm gonna be talking about amongst everything else. If you out there and you know what you want to do with your life, you have to keep doing that shit. You gotta put yourself out there so people can know that you exist. Think about like McDonald's or something, and I always use this example. McDonald's is worth trillions of dollars, and you see they still promoting, right? They want you to know when they got something else coming out. We got this new thing coming out. Matter of fact, we bringing the baby back real back. Do you think they need your money? No, but they want it though. Think about the fact that artists who got millions of followers already, millions of dollars, they still spending money marketing. And people who ain't where they want to be, not spending no money. Imagine where you gonna get to. Nowhere. You ain't gonna get to nowhere. And once I realized that shit changed everything. And I put it to the test for real. I remember I said, you know what? I'm not going out no more. I'm not kicking it with my friends. I'm not trying to chase girls, none of that shit. I sat in the house for 2-3 months, and I literally gained more followers in that amount of time than I ever did in my life. And that's the only thing I wanted. I wanted people to hear my music. And that shit started to go up fast as hell. Like sometimes I would gain like 2,000 followers in a week. But that shit is crazy as hell. To see that happen, I'm like, yeah, man, now I got the formula. I can make anybody successful, which is pretty much just with the knowledge. But you can't look at the numbers either, because some weeks I wouldn't do that good. Like like I was just saying, some of my videos got hundreds of thousands of views. Some of them got millions, but then some of them got like 600. You can't look at the numbers. You can't be doing something because you want something out of it, because that's when you're going to be disappointed. Me doing this right now, I could be doing something else with my time. I've been on here for 30 minutes, and I got way more shit to talk about. And if I didn't have to work for other people, like once I get to the point where I can do this full time, I'm going to be doing more of this shit. But that's what makes life so hard, because you got to still work for other motherfuckers. And when people get off, you think work is done. It's not. Why you think I'm on here right now? Because I just got off my other job and I'm working again. It don't stop, because they put us in a position where we got to fucking dig our way out of this shit. We got to make it out, like everybody say. We trying to make it out of this matrix. You got to work for yourself when you done working for other people. Otherwise, you're going to always be trapped in that shit. And once people don't feel like they got a plan or a way out, that's when they really be miserable. So when you go to a place, when you go to a job, or when you go to just to get service somewhere, go to the gas station, go to get some food, and when you see people got an attitude, they just mad as hell, that's because they feel trapped there. I never in my life felt like that, because I believed in myself since I was 13. It's just, you don't know. Like, I'm not to say that I'm above being angry or mad at work, because sometimes people make you mad, and it ain't even about the job. But what I'm saying is, because I believed in myself, it was never a thing where like, I hated being at work. I'm taking out my attitude on the customers. I got bad customer service. That shit never happened because I always knew that I would make it. And then finally, when I finally seen results though, for real, that's what really changed everything. Now I know for a fact I'm not gonna be mad, but I will admit I did recently just get frustrated because before I moved to where I am now, and the only reason I moved here is because my music was blowing up, and I met my girl through that. In the beginning stages, before I started really gaining followers, I met her, and then once we started talking, I decided to move down here, whatever. But that's when I got hacked. Also, when I got hacked, man, I really didn't care. I started focusing on moving down here. That was like 2 years ago. So what happened is you started working for somebody else, and I remember I was getting rained on because I work outside, and I got so mad because I'm thinking to myself like, man, at the way my followers was going up, I would have probably had at least 1 million, probably 2 million more than that right now. But I end up still working for somebody else when I was finally getting money opportunities and everything. So that every time I thought about that, when I was getting rained on or when I was like, it was hot as hell at work, I was like, damn, this motherfucker really hacked me and just made me start all the way over. All the money I put invested in that page, and this motherfucker just stole it. But you gotta, that's another thing I wanna say before I go, because I might get back on later. Make sure when you building your Instagram, because that's the place where it's saying you get hacked the most. When you building your Instagram, make sure you got the 3 identifier authentication or whatever they call it. So you got your regular password, download WhatsApp and add there. Make sure you add your phone number, anything you can, because I tell you one thing, my new page got 4,000 followers or something like that. These motherfuckers trying to hack that one too again. I'm getting emails like, oh, we got a request to change your password. These mother like you thirsty, clout chasing, lame ass, wanna be famous ass motherfuckers, but don't got no talent because you ain't gonna put in the work. You gonna try to steal somebody's page. And they took the first one, and these motherfuckers keep trying to hack my new shit. But it don't even matter because, like I said, I got the formula. The shit that I'm doing is working. The music is working. This shit is working. So yeah, I'm trying to let y'all know, man, how this shit can happen for everybody. But yeah, I'll be back in a little bit, or maybe tomorrow. But subscribe, YouTube, Planet Reality, share.